Hello, my name is Lauryn Kirkpatrick, and this is the screencast for Unit 14 of ATM F101X UX1. Right here we can see the worksheet that we did in Unit 13, and it shows the daily temperature values for Bethel and Kaparak, and it also shows the daily pressure values of both of those cities and the daily dew point values. For the daily temperature values, we can see that Bethel was on average higher temperatures than average at this time of year. Usually on February 1st is around 9 degrees Fahrenheit, and in this year of 2019, on February 1st, we had a max of 29 degrees Fahrenheit and a min of 9 degrees Fahrenheit. This put around a 20-degree range on what it usually is on that day. Looking at the values in Kaparak for February 1st and February 8th, it's usually around negative 18 degrees Fahrenheit, and here we see negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit as the max and the min of negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit, with just an average of around negative 5 degree temperature range Fahrenheit. This is usual for this time of year for Kaparak. Going down, we can see the climatology data temperatures for the February 1st and February 8th of Bethel and Kaparak. Those are the averages that we could see. And then we see the difference in daily temperatures here for those two cities. Looking at the 2019 daily temperatures for March 18th and March 22nd, we see that Bethel had a very normal temperature range for this time of year, and then we see that Kaparak is actually an average of higher temperatures. Usually around this time of year, Kaparak is in negative still, and here we see it in positive digits. And as we go down, we can see the daily pressure values for March, the daily dew point temperature values, the climatology data temperature values, and the difference in daily temperature. Here are the daily humidity values for March 18th and March 22nd in Bethel, and the daily humidity times for Bethel. And finally, the daily temperature times for Bethel. Here is the monthly average temperatures for Bethel and Kaparak on a graph for us over the year. And here is the station data for Bethel and Kaparak in February 2019. On the left, we see all of the Bethel in a column, and on the right is Kaparak. And the first graph in red is the temperature values. The second graph in green is the pressure values. And the third graph in blue and black is blue dew point values and black in relative humidity values. Here we see those same graphs of temperature, pressure, dew point, and relative humidity for the station for Bethel on the left and Kaparak on the right for March 2019. Looking at this map on February 1st, 2019, we can see the locations of Bethel and Kaparak. We can see that the fronts are bringing in clouds. We see that Bethel is going to have a more humid climate with lower altitudes, and we can see that Kaparak is going to have more Arctic climate due to being far away from the ocean. We see an area of high pressure to the east of it, of Kaparak, and an area of low pressure to the southeast of Bethel. Here is the map for February 8th, and we can see that the fronts are moving over both of the cities and pushing the cloud coverage. Here's the map for March 18th, where we see an area of high pressure to the north of Bethel and the southwest of Kaparak, and an area of low pressure to the east and west of Bethel and to the south of Kirkpatrick. On Friday, March 22nd, we can see that the fronts have moved, and there is only an area of low pressure to the south, with the front still pushing towards the north. Here we can see the infrared, the visible, and the water vapor maps for March 18, 2019. And here's the same maps for March 22nd, 2019. And I think overall we are going to see warmer climate affect Kirkpatrick because of its location. More north is going to have a higher effect on temperature changes. We can see the jet stream is coming from the south from the way that these fronts are moving and the air is being pushed. And I think overall that is what is causing the warming. It is not all global warming, as people may say. It is due to the jet stream. And if this jet stream was coming instead of south to north, if it was coming north to south, I think we would see a very big difference on the temperature. I think it would be more cold than usual instead of warm. When looking at the effect on this jet stream, I'm going to infer that it's going to melt most of the ice that we can see around Alaska earlier, which is going to cause a less high albedo due to the fact of no ice being there, and the ocean will then absorb more of the solar radiation, causing the ocean to warm a lot faster because it does not have that ice to reflect the sun back into the atmosphere. And with warming of the ocean, it's going to see effects on the weather of those cities that are close to the ocean. And I think that this climate change is going to have a not drastic effect on us, but it is going to change very slowly over time, and it is going to change the climate of the area. It is also going to change the things that are allowed to survive in that area, as well as plants, animals, things of that nature. And finally, here are the 300 MV upper air charts for 2012 to 2019.